Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast, featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Hello, I'm Jean.
And I am Laura, and we are here to encourage all you boomers, millennials, and everyone to be happily okay together. I don't always say together.
But we are happily okay together. All of us.
You betcha.
From millennials to boomers. And I've been thinking about being on the sunny side of the street. Life on the sunny side of the street. I've been into a fried egg sandwich phase. Do you get into different things that you like to eat? Sure.
Yummy. Have you ever made sunny side eggs? They're called pink eggs. A friend showed this to me once, where you just steam them a little bit
to make them pink. I love that.
I do too.
Yes.
Sunny side of the street.
So that's sort of the theme for me for right now. That's going to be my theme. Stay on the sunny side of the street. So
I love it.
Let's just do it.
Quickly.
Yeah.
It always reminds me of my good friend. Her son is in a band called Sunnyside in New Orleans. They're like an amazing jazz kind of fusion jazz band.
New Orleans is known for. New Orleans.
So,
yes.
Anyway, hello to you guys down there.
Hello down there. And speaking, I'm jumping ahead, but since you mentioned New Orleans, you do have a millennial who has moved to
Louisiana.
Or Louisiana.
I don't know how they say it. You know how to say it down there. But yeah, she just moved from Colorado. She went from the coldest city in the United States, which is Fraser, Colorado. I never knew that.
I didn't either.
Coldest city. You wouldn't think it was Fraser, but it apparently was. So like minus 20, whatever. And now she's in Ruston, Louisiana.
Which is for sure in the summer going to be pretty.
It'll be real hot.
Pretty sticky.
Every time I say Ruston, I think of that song by I don't remember, B-52's Not Really Somebody, where she shouts out at the end, Ruston! You know what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry. I don't. But my mind had flitted while you were saying that. My mind flitted away to alligators, eating alligators down in Louisiana.
That was a big jump.
So I'm back.
Eating alligators.
Goodbye, alligators in Louisiana. I'm going to just plunge into my week.
Please do.
Here I go.
Please do.
And thinking back, I still want to go over one thing with you that we talked about last time in our bonus episode, because it keeps coming back to my mind.
Yes.
I keep thinking about
Knocking on your brain.
That one of your millennials said after the holidays, when they were here for your wonderful holidays, that something about we make it look easy. We're not transparent. We just make it look easy. But I want to still say, but it's because we loved it. And when you love it, it is easy.
I agree. And I did think it was a very interesting comment she made that we as boomers made life seem easy. But you're right. I mean, just because something maybe takes not that much effort. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't.
Some effort, planning.
Right. But it doesn't mean it isn't still wonderful and fun and relatively easy. When you have a passion to do something, I think it's easier. And we did. We just love doing that. And
we love family life. Yes. Yeah. Love families, Thanksgiving, holidays. Those are a big deal. So thanks again for the compliment. Yes. But I think we were transparent.
I know. I feel like we were.
We loved it.
Anyways.
We loved it. So,
food for thought.
Sorry, Laura. I may still keep pondering this a bit more, but thank you for letting me think of, verbalize it one more time. So the main thing on my list for what I've done this week is I've gotten into the Wordles scene.
Wordles?
I think that's how you would say it.
How do you spell it?
W-O-R-D, like word, and then L-E-S. Wordles.
Like Myrtle, but Wordle. Sort of, not really.
Sort of. And this is so this is why I thought you might be interested. It's a new word game.
Oh, I love word. We play Wordscapes.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why I thought you would like this new word game, which is being tweeted about constantly, apparently.
I haven't heard of it.
And to tell you the truth, it's based on a game that we played probably, or our grandparents might have played as young people, called Giotto.
Oh,
Giotto. It's a, what do you want to call it? Not strategic.
I forget.
It's more logic. It's more of a logic. It's letters, but logic.
Logical letters.
So it's very, when you see this game, it's not a fancy splashy app. It's actually online. It looks like something like the first game ever put on the internet.
Like Pong years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. So Wordles, and you are given 6 chances to guess the 5-letter word of the day.
Oh.
So when you put your first word in, it'll tell you which letters that you picked are actually in the word.
Okay.
And it'll also indicate if it's in the correct place in the word.
Okay. I mean, there's 26 letters.
Right.
So you could easily not pick any.
Well, you're making your first word to try to help you. So right now I am using the word adieu. A-D-I-E-U, figuring that that's most of the vowels.
Yeah, tricky.
Right. So it's that kind of logic.
Very fun.
And I've done 5. One day I just sort of like, my mind, I must have been humming away and thinking of eggs or something.
Okay.
My mind went, and I kept like repeating the same letter. Well, if it wasn't in the first time, it's not going to be in the second time. So it's fun. Give it a try.
Yeah, I will. Wordles. All right.
Wordles.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, let me know what you think. And now it's your turn.
Oh.
For your week.
My week. I'll have to put my coffee cup down.
Coffee.
My coffee. That's what our mom used to say. Coffee. And I will say hello still to the Colorado group. I know one of your members is now in Louisiana, but I hope you're still listening, Colorado. We love you out there.
Hi, yeah.
All right, my week. Well, first off, my OH and I, are doing something every night now. Are you ready?
Whoa, we used to only do it, once a week? Or?
Now we're doing this every night. It's...
I have my finger over the pause
just
button.
in case you need to
All right,
out.
I'm ready.
It's a G-rated show. Or is it? We do the nighttime shuffle.
Ooh, my
night.
fingers really, should I?
It's okay. Let me speak. The nighttime shuffle. So as we're brushing our teeth, flossing, it's giving joy to my flossing time. We usually go to bed and look at our steps for the day.
Oh, yes.
And sometimes you need to round up to like 8,500.
Sure.
Or 9,000. So if you're maybe 200 off, we are now like just buzzing all around our bedroom and bathroom with these little baby shuffle steps to get our steps in.
I'm proud of you.
And it's so much fun. It's our new nighttime shuffle. So try it, all you couples out there or single people.
And I would say to everybody who's watching their steps or trying to move a little bit more, it's amazing how much you actually can move in your house or your apartment. We live in a pretty small apartment now, but you wind your way from the bedroom down the hallway to the kitchen and back again. It's amazing.
It is amazing, which reminds me, this is something I need to do for next year's Christmas. My one daughter wants to start a new tradition where we start at one end of my kitchen and we're going to do sock races and see who can slide along the floor the farthest. I think that sounds like fun.
Don't break your hip.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to shock a hip. Okay. Secondly...
Oh, you could have special Christmas socks. I mean, this is going to be a whole big thing, right?
Good idea.
Right.
Good idea.
Special Christmas socks. All right. Your week. Oh, my goodness. Your week's so exciting.
Now, we are in my home studio here, which, of course, is my kitchen counter.
That studio sounds.
Studio sounds so much more professional. Yes. And, of course, it's nice to be live together. And my Christmas tree, now we're way into January here, is still up. But I'm saying it's okay, people, to keep your trees up maybe until Valentine's Day. In fact, my daughter's wonderful good guy, who we just love, said, well, you should keep it up all year because then we can celebrate Christ's birthday every day. And I thought, well said. So I may just keep my tree up all year.
Now, doing Christmas every day may be a little hard for me to keep it at the pleasurable level, but yes. Getting back to, you don't have to like make a turkey dinner every day.
I'm right.
All right.
Correct.
Once a year, we can really rise to the occasion every day, but that's very nice. That is a good,
Christmas
I
every
like
day,
that.
And that's just, I really don't want to take down my big tree, but it sounds good, I think. All right. Always wanting to learn from my millennials. We were watching The Bachelor the other day, which is always fun and pleasurable, you Bachelor listeners. And one of the gals used the term, well, I heard she was breadcrumbing. Now, do you know what that means? I'd like to keep you current.
I will hazard a guess.
Yes, breadcrumbing.
Because it reminds me of Hansel and Gretel. Does that have anything to do with it?
I don't really think so.
Like they were, wasn't it them or was it? Yeah, it was Hansel and Gretel who left the trail of breadcrumbs in the woods so they could find their way back.
I think so.
But it is not. All right.
I don't think so. Breadcrumbing, to breadcrumbs someone, is you send texts or DMs, whatever they call them, to an ex, to like an ex-boyfriend. And you're like giving them little enticing breadcrumbs, but you have no intention of going back to them. Isn't that interesting?
So it is the idea of
well, you're leaving crumbs, but
right.
sort of in a negative.
I don't like that at all.
You're leading your person on. So FYI, that is my new millennial term I learned. Breadcrumbing.
Well, I'm not even going to write that down because that's terrible.
You don't need to breadcrumb.
No one needs to breadcrumb.
No one needs to breadcrumb.
Right.
So shame on breadcrumbing, but it's still nice to be in there.
And it makes good stuffing. If we're going to do this Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas every day, we could turn breadcrumbing into stuffing.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I must tell you, Jean, just one more shout out to Lively, and they don't sponsor us. That's okay.
Oh, what is Lively? Right. Lively is your...
I still love my hearing aids. And let me tell you, when I put them away at night, we watch Steve Harvey every night on Family Feud. It's good old family fun.
Oh, that's right. You had a big cable thing to get Family Feud.
Yes,
back.
yes,
so
right.
It's back.
So we have Family Feud and Steve Harvey. And I must say, sometimes I forget I have my hearing aids until I take them out at night. And Steve Harvey's booming, wonderful voice is suddenly a quiet mutter. So they really work, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I can tell the difference.
Oh, you poor thing. So you were really...
I guess, even though all my tests had me normal. So, yeah, explain that. Anyway, I love my hearing aids. And that is about what my week was all about. Exciting, I realize. Hard to keep up, isn't it?
It is. I that's why I'm being quiet. It's just all going through my mind again. Your week. Mm-hmm. Now, how are you with sound effects? Can you kind of do the news alert sound effect?
Yes.
Because it's time for
news headlines.
Oh, that's good. You were being like a teletype.
I was trying. It's a little hard on the counter, but
oh, very good. We're going to share some latest headlines that really caught our eye.
Yes.
All right. Number one. I'm going to start.
You start, Jean.
All right. As if organizing a wedding isn't enough, which, as you know, weddings, again, another wonderful thing that we
make look so easy.
Yes.
But again, we love weddings and it's our fun.
Oh, yes. That's one of the best days ever.
Yes, it really is. All right.
Now you need a wedding hashtag. And not just any wedding hashtag. No more just saying, like, Billy and Sally, June 12th.
Yes, you have to have your own clever wedding hashtag.
Right, and I get it. You're having a hashtag to curate your wedding photos online.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. I have actually experienced this. In the last couple of weddings I've gone to, I have noticed the wedding hashtag, and some of them are very clever. I wish I could think of one, like their last names together are real fun, or, yeah.
Yes.
Things we didn't do.
Now there is a Facebook... Well, I'm sure there's many Facebook pages dedicated to this. Yeah. One has 30,000 members, and people are actually getting paid to create, like you're saying, really clever, witty, punny
Yeah.
Wedding hashtags.
They help you make your hashtag?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say they help curate your wedding album or put your photos
No,
together.
they'll just help you with.
That's their job?
Huh?
Do they get paid? Is this
Yes,
a volunteer
like you get like a
service?
choice. Say you get like 5 for $50.
Wedding hashtags.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well,
that's a headline.
I'm glad I brought this up. And what do you have, my dear?
So there's a group of people sitting around making wedding hashtags.
Yep.
Huh, it's a great life, isn't it? It's a good life if you don't weaken. All right. Now, did you know, Mary, did you know that Oreo cookies are celebrating, how long do you think they've been around?
Oh, they've been around a long time, actually.
Yes.
It has to be over 100 years.
Yes.
Way over 100 years.
Well, a little bit. 110
Yes.
of Oreo cookies in our life. What a blessing.
Definitely a blessing. Well, we were just watching a show that takes place in London, modern day, and one of the detectives was snacking on Oreos, and I thought that's so good to see.
Oh,
Everybody needs to snack on Oreos.
Betcha.
From London to Medina.
It's a pantry staple, I think.
It is, and I would guess, I'm just hazarding a guess here, that for about 70 to 80 of those years that Oreos have been around, they were just the plain Oreo that we know, the chocolatey
Yes.
top with the wonderful white filling.
Oh.
And then the last, would you say 20 years, they come out with so many fabulous flavors.
Very fun flavors.
And
And they've gotten thicker.
Yes.
The triple stuffed is hard to find, but they're a lot to look out there.
I managed to get my happy hands on some of the limited edition gingerbread Oreos that come out at Christmas.
Oh.
They are so good, but they just go so fast. So
sounds real good.
congrats to Oreos.
Yes.
Keep them coming.
Kudos. All right, what say you? Boom, 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 boom.
Well, going again back in time, just a teeny bit, which for us, there's so many years to go back.
That's true.
So in 1973, we're going back to 1973.
Which we were definitely alive.
You were in high school.
Well, just
No,
barely.
you
I was
weren't.
in middle school.
You were in middle school.
I take
Sorry.
offense to this.
Sorry about that. I forgot where you came in there. Yeah, you were right.
Don't age me more than I am.
Right. Well, a movie came out, and the movie, it was called Soylent Green. Soylent Green. And it envisioned the world in 2022.
Really? Now, I'm trying to hear, I'm looking at your notes because it sounds like you're saying Soylent.
I am.
Like S-O-Y, Soylent.
Right, so-
Soylent
Green.
I need my reading glasses.
Soylent Green, apparently in the movie, was like a food, artificially created food, since life was horrible back then due to climate change and everything. It was like kind of apocalyptic. Apparently Charles Heston starred in it.
Charleston Heston?
Charleston Heston,
Yes.
sorry, yes.
Or Charles Heston?
No, Charleston Heston starred in it. Yeah, so wouldn't that be fun
Really?
to find that
It
and
really
watch
would.
it?
And it predicted life in 2022?
2022 exactly, not just...
Oh, we got to see this.
Yes.
That would be great fun.
We have to
All
find it.
That was really a noteworthy headline. I'm so
Thank
glad.
you. And now you,
We have
yes.
to have movie night. All right. Now, I heard this, and I don't know if it's in stores yet, but if not, it was just introduced a couple of days ago. And I have always been a proponent of mixing cereals together. I think we've discussed this.
We have, and I am not, just to clarify the record,
Well-
but that's okay.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
General Mills has come up with a cereal that they're mixed, so it's all mixed for you. Lucky Charms and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Huh.
It's going to be mixed together, so I say bravo. They're actually selling boxes of mixed cereals.
And, let me know. You're going to try one?
No, not these. I don't like Lucky Charms. I'm not a big Cinnamon Toast Crunch girl. But I always mix like my Rice Krispies with my Life or...
So not even when they're both near the end of the box. You actually do
Oh,
it?
yeah, no, fresh new
Mid,
boxes.
oh.
With intention. Yes.
Laser focused.
Purposefully done with fresh new boxes.
Yes.
You betcha.
Yeah. All right. Here's something. Now, see if you've done this.
Yeah.
I got a new headline for you here.
Okay.
This sounds like something a boomer would do. I hate to say this, but it does sound like something one of us boomers
Alrighty.
might do. But it was actually a millennial.
Okay.
This woman received a succulent plant as a gift, and she took perfect, excellent care of it for 2 years. She wouldn't let anyone else water it. She knew its watering schedule. She knew where it liked to be on the counter.
Yeah, the
she
sunlight.
the water. She loved it.
Yes, took wonderful care.
After 2 years, she thought it was time to transplant it, and she had found a beautiful little dish to put it in. And when she lovingly, and I'm sure she explained it all to the succulent that we're going to be moving to a new house. She went to move him and realized it was plastic. It was a fake. She had been taking good care of a fake succulent.
Oh, that is rare. That's a good one. For 2 years, did she not see it wasn't getting any bigger?
No, I think she just thought she was taking perfect care of it. And it's a succulent, so you don't expect they're going to.
That's so funny because it was my one fabulous, wonderful daughter-in-law's birthday yesterday. And she thanked me for the succulent plant, but I'm assuming she knows it's plastic. If not, you know now if you're listening.
Oh.
But she thanked me for the succulent plant, but it's plastic.
So they do why do they make plastic?
They do look pretty good, but I just thought, I'll give her a plastic one. Sorry, it's not real. But I'm sure she's very intelligent. I would think she would know that. I'm sure she does.
So this is a thing.
Yes, succulents. We talked about that too. All right. Now, this one, DDD, headliner, today, it was mentioned on the Today Show, who just celebrated their 70th anniversary, 70 years. Didn't Dad turn down a job that turned into TV? Like he was offered to work at this group in New York, and they were going to work on something called television.
Yeah.
But he turned it down to go to Goodyear Aerospace, and
which was still
a great job, but
TV, I know.
You could have been at the ground roots of television.
Of the golden age of television. So 70 years ago.
We might have been celebrating something Dad had done, but instead, well, he was a wonderful dad and did wonderful things. Instead, how many Weathermen do you think over 70 years have been on the Today Show?
Well, I do know that they've had some very famous weather people.
Yes.
Who we enjoyed for a long time. So I won't make it a big number. I will say 6.
Good guess. Divided by 2 equals 3. Only 3 over 70 years. And it was Al Roker, who's still going strong today. He's a fellow boomer. Right. Willard Scott, who just passed away.
Yes.
And I don't know. I couldn't remember. It was just on this morning, but it's been 3 hours, so.
And I'm sorry, I don't know either.
Can't remember.
So if
but
you're
there
listening,
was an original Weatherman, so we salute you guys. That's all I have. And you have one more?
One more quick one I'll share with you, which is, again, I'm thinking more of a millennial, younger person concern. Smells in houses. After 2 years of pandemic life, apparently many people are concerned that their houses have bad odors. Like you've been cooped in, you've been cooking, you've had pets, you've maybe had kids, and very concerned about having a smelly house.
Well, to add on to this, Jean, last week we had our ducts cleaned. We got our ducks in a row.
Right, yes.
So we had them all cleaned out and some mold taken care of and all that good stuff. And I must say my house smells better. But I don't think they discovered anything odd, a few dead mice here and there, but whatever.
Oh, well, that could.
Yeah. Interesting. It smells in houses. I have to ponder that.
Right,
I don't know, because I feel like I've been in and out of my house the same
Right.
fresh air, taking walks. I don't know. Interesting thought, though.
Well, let me know if
All
I
right.
need to do something about my house smell. And I'm going to flip to a new topic.
Oh, no. Okay.
Here we go.
More coffee.
Adjust your papers, right?
Okay, I'm ready.
This is going to be a topic that I'm, if you don't mind, I'm sure I'm going to want to continue it into our next episode.
Okay.
But I'm thinking this is just a good year. I just feel like I want to start thinking about positive living.
Well,
I mean, I'm a
that's
boomer,
always good.
so positive boomer living. I'm really wanting to talk that over with you. So we'll get it started this week.
Yes.
And I'm going to get it started with something that I don't know if we know that much about.
And I will say, you're looking at your phone, which I'm impressed. You're like one of those modern young millennials who they look at their phone for information. I still have my pieces of paper.
I'm looking at my phone.
Very
and
impressive.
We are going to talk about a word that I really am not sure how to pronounce.
Okay, give it a whirl.
I would say, and take a look at it, Enneagram. Or is it Enneagram?
I like Enneagram, but I think it might be Enneagram. We'll go with that.
All right. Now, apparently, Ennea is the name for a 9-sided polygon.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming.
Well, and the reason I'm saying that is because this is a new personality test,
Okay.
and it's based on 9 different personality types, and we'll put this in the show notes and probably tweet about it, but the shape of it is sort of like a 9-sided polygon.
That makes sense. And
Does it?
Ennea could be kind of like 9 in Latin. We'll make that up.
Sure,
It
sure.
sounds like a Jeopardy question.
Yeah,
What is Enneagram?
Okay.
Okay.
And they say it real like, what is Enneagram?
Right, like you.
All right, now
person.
here, I'm going to have to read this. This is the
Okay.
reason I have my phone in hand, because if you ask me to give you a short statement about what an Enneagram is, I would not be able to do it
Intelligent.
at all. So I am
Okay.
going to read it.
All right.
All right, here we go. They are to help us understand more about the unique way each of us is wired.
All right, that makes sense. We're all wired differently.
By remembering who we were before the world told us who we should be, we can use our newfound self-awareness and emotional intelligence to not just understand our behaviors, but also why we behave the way we do.
This all makes sense, but I'm glad you're reading it. This is hard to explain.
Right, so it's one of those things when you're hearing it, you're like, oh, yeah, and then you're thinking,
What does it really mean?
right, and do I really want to know all that? Do I really
How does this pertain to my everyday life?
Yes, so I'm bringing this up because it's a very big new deal. In fact, what I read from was the intro to what's going to be a Zoom meeting about this. It was an invitation to a Zoom meeting about Enneagram.
How'd you get the invitation?
Indy Maven, a really cool newsletter out of Indianapolis.
Sweet.
So, in our little remaining time, we don't have time to go over all 9 different behavior, what was they called? Behavior, emotional types, but they have names such as the challenger. You could be the challenger, or
I
the
don't want to be the
enthusiast,
spaceship. Okay.
the reformer,
Yeah.
the investigator,
Oh, that would be interesting.
right? It says, what I'm looking at says this is an Enneagram with Rizo Hudson type names. Again, I don't understand
Who?
that.
Rizo, what?
Hudson. So you could be, it looks sort of like a star, this Enneagram, a 9-sided star. You could be, like I said, an enthusiast, a challenger. So you and I have looked at the list of
We
9
have
things.
peeked at them, yes.
And I have decided you are a type 2 called the helper.
Yes.
You are if you agree with this,
And I did decide I was a type 2 before you said that. So
you are a type 2.
We
So
are
we'll
sisters who know each other.
We'll say, well, here's what you are, supposedly. Generous.
Yes.
Demonstrative. People-pleasing.
Yeah.
And possessive, which
What does that mean?
I don't really know. Now on to me.
And I thought you were a type 1 except for the last one. Principled, purposeful, self-controlled, and perfectionistic.
I'm not perfectionistic at all. That would be called a reformer, and I don't really think that name is me either. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
You
know me better than I know you.
Well, I don't know. I had a hard time finding my type, in all honesty.
All right.
I picked type 7. Spontaneous, versatile, acquisitive, and scattered. Yeah, kind of. I get lots of ideas and thoughts,
But you're not really scattered.
not
You
maybe
had your notes on the phone.
in daily life.
You're pretty organized. All right, well, we'll continue this.
We are going to continue the positive living idea.
I like that.
I need to leave now because your house odor is kind of bothering me. So I gotta get out. But let's say thank you to Pat.
Thank you, Pat, at Speak Up Talk Radio, and you can find us at okboomerpod.com.
Yes, and we are going to have show notes posted.
Yes.
That's our New Year's resolution for this year. And thank you so much for listening.
You betcha. Toodaloo.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.